Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the game of the week. It's your boy Liam. Caleb finally let me out of the studio, so this is gonna be a fun one. We got two 4-0 teams. Can't wait to see it. These are probably the two best teams currently in the RFCL. I have had the unfortunate pleasure of playing against one of them, and I can tell you it's not fun. Apologize for the freeze, everybody. My computer's lagging. UCL, what's going on, guys? You and Pars, one of the few undefeated teams left. What's the goal for tonight?
Well, I don't know why I hear echo, and I hope it's not coming through the stream. I don't know where it's coming from.
It's coming through Liam's mic for some reason.
Oh, Liam, mute your parsec real quick. I think that's what it is. Mute your parsec. Is that better?
No,
No?
I can hear you echoing.
You got a mute parsec on your stream?
Is that better?
At the top. Yeah.
Hello? There
Yep.
we go. Okay. All right, so interviews just mute parsec. No, you're good. All right. What do we want to do?
So coming in, Pars is a heck of a run game. Obviously 4-0, playing pretty well. What's your plan of action tonight?
I mean, we expect him to put up points, so it's just, we got to do what we're good at, and that is score points as well. Defense has been playing well of late, so we hope that Juan and I can figure out a way to do that again here, but offense is our main concern. Just, you score in every possession is the goal.
Absolutely. Coach Wad, Pars obviously playing well, but his defense kind of suspect in the secondary, giving up a lot of yards and points. How are you guys going to attack that tonight?
Well, just try and catch him off guard, even though the secondary seems to be the flaw. Maybe try and open up the run game a little bit whenever he thinks we're going to pass, and then hit him with some play action. So, see how it goes.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Good luck, guys.
Appreciate it.
Coach Pars, one of the few undefeated teams still left in the RFL. Who would have thought that would be you and Caleb? That almost never happens. What's the plan to finally get that W over them tonight and carry over what happened in the last season of the old RFCL?
Well, the plan in going in is just to play defense. Both teams can score. I think we have the number one and number two scoring offenses in the league right now. Obviously, UCA just put up an absolute masterclass, so that could be destined to, I don't know, go back. But both teams have been absolutely outstanding on offense. It's going to be a shootout. Can we keep up, and can we stop them?
Absolutely, and as we said earlier, your run game looks great. Your running back is an absolute monster. There's no doubt you're going to run all over him, but defensively, you've given up some points and yards through the air. What adjustments are you going to make tonight to slow down this UCO offense?
Yeah, we had a bye week last week. Before that, we played a team in Lake Erie, very good team, and we were able to adjust defense before that game and only give up, crappy points at the very end that didn't matter. So at this game, it's just more of that. I think we found something. We found something we like, and we're going to see if it works here.
Awesome. Hey, can't wait to see it in action, brother. We'll see you at halftime. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, folks, and with that, we will take it down to the field to get this game underway.
You going to jump out of my call?
Caleb's got to drag me.
Caleb.
All right, and here we go. Chat, let me know if there's any issues with audio. Weather here is not the best, so if you can't hear me, just call me an idiot or something. All right, and UCO will kick us off. I apologize. I was reading another chat. And they get a good kick down the goal line. And Johnson for Wilmington will bring it out, and he gets it. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he gets buried at the 10. This UNC-Wilmington offense is a far cry from what Pars usually runs. At UConn, he had probably some of the best passing numbers we've seen in the RFCL, but his running game is probably one of the hardest to stop. Week 1, we could not get stop at all. That running back is an absolute dude. And Weasley gets a pass out to Nick Buckster out in the flats, and he goes for a first down, breaking a couple tackles on the way. What a great way for UC Wilmington to get this game underway. And we'll see what kind of things Caleb has cooked up to keep him from doing that again. Got a man coming in motion into the bunch. Weasley drops back the pass, and it's complete to Fish Thompson, who goes for another first down. Oh, no, they spot him short. That's an interesting spot. Here we have those two offenses. UCO averaging around 380 yards, while UNC-Wilmington's averaging a staggering pretty close to 450 yards. Both of those numbers are pretty impressive when you consider the state of the league, especially what we're used to. Last season, it would take about 5 tries for each quarterback to complete those hitch routes. And that's going to be another UNC-Wilmington first down, another RPO to Thompson out to the flat. So far, each team suspect defensively, but as you can see, UNC-Wilmington does have the edge in takeaways. And at the end of the day, it's about takeaways and points scored. Doesn't always matter how many points or yards you give up, but if you win that turnover battle, you're probably going to win the game. As a coach for Kentucky State, I can verify. And it's going to be a handoff to Dinner, who gets a hard-fought 5 yards. Boyd Dinner has been absolutely fantastic this year. In only 4 games, he has 566 yards and 7 touchdowns. I don't know what Pars has in the water over there, but he has almost the second coming of Ashton Genty. We have a 2nd and 5 for UNC-Wilmington. Looks like they're making some adjustments at the line. They're going to shift Boyd Dinner out under center. Takes the direct snap and gets to the outside again for another first down. That's the 3rd one of the night. Dinner averaging around 7 yards per carry so far. So far, UCO has not been able to stop anything to the outside, but it is the first drive. It's early. These are 2 of the best coaching staffs in the entire league, so I have no doubt they'll make adjustments as the game goes on. Point taken, Siege has got blown up. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 12 for UNC-Wilmington. Now, I kind of expect them to go to the air here. However, I wouldn't be shocked if they still run it again. For the most part, nobody's really had a good answer for UNC-Wilmington as they come out in an empty backfield. Weasley's going to make more adjustments at the line. He brings the man over in motion. Weasley drops back the pass, and it's another completion to Hing. So far, George Weasley has completed more passes on this drive than he did in the entire final couple games in the RFCL Season 4. If you were here, and if you know, you know. It was brutal. Right, Beaver? You're watching? UNC-Wilmington's going to come out in a 11 personnel with formation to the boundary. I wouldn't be shocked to see some sort of bubble screen out of this formation. They have the 3-on-2. It's just going to be a regular pass, and Weasley has another completion up to Fish Thompson. Thompson's coming out the ball out too today. He always does. So far, Wilmington has probably been one of the most what's a good way to put it? They're one of the hardest teams to prepare for because they don't really give you the same plays out of the same looks. They'll always change it up. And hats off to the coaching staff. You need that with these teams. And as Weasley goes into play action, and it's another completion. What a pass and what a catch by George Weasley. He's been throwing absolute lasers so far. Pars comes out standing in the same formation. Wouldn't be shocked if he throws a play action corner, but he's probably going to run the ball. Why wouldn't he? Boy Dinner's been an absolute dude. And that's going to be McBuckster with a great carry. Welcome to the night, McBuckster. He picks up 12 on the carry. It's going to be 1st and goal for Wilmington. And Coach Caleb does not look too upset, despite the fact that UNC-Wilmington is quite literally shoving it down their throats at the moment. They're going to stay in that single back look. Looks to be some changes at the line. Weasley drops back to pass. Great pickup by the running back, and that's going to be short. Ooh, I thought he was going to get in there. And UNC is just going to come out in the goal line. I wouldn't be shocked if they just run a QB sneak, since nobody's been able to stop that this year. And they do run the QB sneak, and the tush push gets them in. Touchdown Seahawks. What an opening drive. And that is just what the Seahawks do to you. They will run it right down your throat. However, do not doubt their ability to be explosive. They can milk 5 minutes, but they could also score in about 10 seconds. So let's see what kind of adjustments Coach Caleb has defensively for the rest of the night, because if they don't get that offense going and they can't stop Pars, it's going to be a very long night. Oh, come on, Chad. Only 2 viewers, and one of them is one of the coaches. That's pretty bad, man. This is one of the best games of the week. It'll be the game of the year right here. And Bell is just going to take a touchback. Probably a good choice, all things considered. Kick returns have not been a positive in this league yet. Let's see what UCO comes out in. They're going to come out in their signature 2-back set that they were oh so famous for back in the old RFCL. But if it works, I go away from it. And it's going to be a handoff to the running back, Days, who spins for a 1st down. What a carry and what a way to open up the game for the Bronchos. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, expect a lot of that formation all night. Wad has perfected it, and he puts up a lot of points with it. As they come out again, Weasley Jr. back in the gun, and he hands it off to McCoy, who's going nowhere. That's going to be a loss of 3, and we're going to have a 2nd and long. Knowing Wad, he's still going to come out in that formation. He's going to get a gain of 7 or 8. And UCO comes out in the 2-back set. Who would have seen that one coming? They rarely run that. UNC-Wilmington's going to come out in the 4-2. And it's another good stop by that front 7. Days has nowhere to run yet again. It's going to be 3rd and 12. And UCO has to throw here. If they stay in that 2-back set, that'll definitely be a choice. UCO comes out pretty spread out. They got 12 to go, but that crowd seems to be playing a factor. Weasley drops back to pass. Looks, he throws over the middle. That's going to be incomplete. That is going to be a 4th down. And let's see what they do here. If they run a fake punt, and more power to them. Respect. They're not going to, and Rab's going to get a beautiful punt into the corner. Dean, he's going to get the return, and he gets a good one out all the way out to the 40. That is not where you want to give UNC-Wilmington the ball, everybody. They can score quick. If they can go by 2 scores here, then UCO might be in some trouble unless they can make some adjustments defensively. And Seahawks come out on 1st and 10 under center. They send the tight end in motion, and it's going to be a play-action pass. Weasley back to throw. He launches Another wide open completion by George Weasley all the way down to the 26. What a start so far for George Weasley. He's 8 for 8, 95 yards, and he has a touchdown pass. This is the best he's looked in years, ever since season 3. And they come out again under center, and it's going to be a run by Boyd Dinner, who gets absolutely nothing. He got stonewalled for a gain of absolutely 0. That's the first real defensive play from UCO all night. The Seahawks come out in their empty bunch set. See if they send a man in motion again. And they do. And it's going to be a handoff to Dinner, who, oh my God, what a run. He just picked up 8. I thought that was going to be a loss of like 3. Somebody clip that. That's probably going to be one of the runs of the night. As we come to an end of that first quarter, we got UNC-Wilmington up 7-0, but threatening to score again. It's 3rd and 2, and Pars has had no problem picking up short gains on the night. This could be a make it or break it defensive drive for UCO. If they get down by 14 with the way their defense is playing, this could be a very long night if Pars continues to get stops. The Seahawks coming out yet again under center. Weasley takes the snap, he drops back, and he gets blown up right up the middle. What a play call from that UCO defense, and they needed that. 4th and 7, Pars is probably going to kick the field goal, take the points. What a play call and what a rush by that UCO front 7. That was probably the first really bad play of the night for that Seahawks offense, and it could not have come at a better time for UCO. And the kick is up and good. What a kick by Pars, and that's going to put the Seahawks up 10-0 over UCO. So far, UCO has had little help stopping Wilmington, while they've also had a hard time running the ball. They had that really good play on first down to start that first up. They really haven't done anything since. They had 2 negative carries and an incompletion. Let's see what they can get going on this drive. Let's see if they come out in that 2-back set or if they change it up for once. And they do change it up. They're going to come out in the I formation. Weasley takes the snap and he hands it off to McCoy, who gets a nice bounce and a gain of 6 to the outside. That's a good way to open up that drive. UCO looking at a 2nd and 4 here. I wouldn't be surprised if they run it again. And again, they come out in the I formation. Weasley hands the ball off to McCoy, who gets another good run all the way out to the 50, 45, all the way down to the 42. What a run by McCoy, and that's going to set up UCO perfectly. See what happens when you get out of the 2-back set? Kid Wild, love you, buddy. And it's going to be another handoff to McCoy, who, oh, man, you got to make that block, man. If I'm that receivers coach, I'm having a talking to with him right there. He gets around him, that's probably another first down. We're gonna have 2nd and 10 for UCO, who looks to be staying in I formation. And Weasley comes under center yet again. It's going to be a play action pass to a wide open man out in the flats. And Carter, he brings this touchdown UCO. Oh my, what a play by Carter. What a drive by Watt. Oh my God. This game's entertainment gold. Wow. I'm speechless. These first 3 drives have had some of the wildest plays and animations I've seen so far. I don't know if it's the players or EA, but I hope it keeps happening. Otherwise, I'm going to be in for a good night. Monarch, what are you doing in the chat, man? Aren't you supposed to be coaching? Why is UNC Wilmington's entire coaching staff in the chat? You know, I'm not even surprised. I can't be talking either. Anyway, we'll see what kind of response UNC Wilmington has for that impressive drive by UCO. Pars is going to come out in 10 personnel here. Looks to be a shotgun box formation. Weasley's all alone in the gun. And it's going to be a screen to Boyd Dinner that gets blown up, but he does a what a play by Boyd Dinner. That's another one that probably should have been about a loss of 3. I don't know what kind of black magic voodoo he did before the game, but it seems almost impossible to tackle Boyd Dinner. It's just almost ridiculous. Pars is up there loving it. Caleb can't believe what he's seeing. The RFCL is back, folks. This looks about right. This is what I'm used to, minus the league taking about 20 minutes to hit a slant. UCO comes out in the unbalanced set. It's going to be another screen out to Thompson in the flat, who gets around the defender all the way to the 40, to the 30. But he could be gone, and he gets shoved out of bounds and tackled at the 10. It's really nice to see Pars spreading the ball out. Fish Thompson hasn't had the ball at all tonight. Let's see if they keep going. Fish Thompson, they haven't thrown to him enough. Pars comes out in the double sidecar package. I wouldn't be shocked to see either an inside zone or a screen right here. They look to be signaling some sort of audible in as Weasley's looking at the sideline. Yep, it's another run. Probably the first actual time Boyd Dinner has been tackled tonight. Yeah, Monarch, he is a workhorse. UCO playing a 5-2. For the first time all night I've seen someone run a 5-2. And I am really not surprised that Pars, of all people, as duo, he loved that formation. Weasley's going to come back in the gun. He motions to back out. Looks, he fires. Another completion to Brenneman. What is that, his 11th straight completion? I mean, it doesn't do anything, but it's still an impressive start. Monarch, I got to ask you, dude, you're supposed to be coaching this game. Do you have, like, money down, or are you just letting Pars out to dry? I mean, I respect either way, but what the hell are you doing in the chat, dude? Weasley's out under the gun. He's sending out some more audibles. He's back. He takes the ball. He's got enough time. And oh, my God. He's got to get rid of that ball. He had more than enough time. That was probably a coverage sack. Either way, a pretty good drive by UNC Wilmington, but good job to UCO to get them off the field. Holding them to 3 here feels like a massive victory. And the kick's up, and he nails it. We have a 13-7 ball game here, and UCO has the potential to go down and take the lead on this possession. Feels like such a more high-scoring game than it is. Temple boots it back to Bell, who's going to take it at the 2. He's bringing it out up the middle, and he gets clobbered at the 18. If you can tell, there's some really elite kick returners in this league. They've been doing great so far. And let's see what kind of response the UNC Wilmington defense has for this UCO offense, who just marched down the field in the same formation on the last drive. It's going to be a pitch out to Holt, who gets free. He gets the sideline. Oh, he gets hawked. Oh, my God, that was a shoestring tackle. Oh, he should have been gone. What a start to this drive by UCO again. Both running backs so far are having an absolute day. I think, what are they averaging, like 10, 20 yards a carry? UCO coming out again in the I formation. Weasley under center. And it's going to be the exact same play to the other side. And what a spin move. And Holt only gets 20 yards. He's averaging a whopping 32 yards per carry on the night. He had a 41-yarder to open us up. Then he had a 21-yarder. Right now, both backs are probably on track to have about 250 yards on the night. Weasley is going to be a play action. He's got plenty of time. Weasley steps up. He tucks it. He slot. Oh, that's absolutely crushing. That is why you slide as a quarterback or tuck that ball. That boy was carrying that thing like a loaf of bread. Good Lord, if my coach saw me doing that, I couldn't even imagine. If I'm Coach Caleb, that'd probably be a broken controller. Kudos to him for still smiling throughout the whole thing. Pars is up there doing his dance. Probably wishing he had a certain individual calling his defense, but that's neither here nor there. And let's see what kind of response this UNC-Wilmington offense has to, quite frankly, a lucky stop by that defense because UCO was marching. It's going to be a pitch out to Boyd Dinner, who gets the outside, who gets only a gain of 8. Boyd Dinner has 7 carries to 26 yards. Feels like he has more yards than that, but no. Yeah, most of them are screens. And Wilmington comes out in that bunch formation that Pars rarely ever ran. Center won't snap the ball. I don't know what's going on there. Weasley drops back to pass. He looks, he throws, and he's got Dinner wide open in the flats who just holds that ball out. You'd think after the fumble he'd probably secure that thing, but, EA logic. And the Seahawks are on the move again. And Pars comes out in the double-sided car formation. And it's going to be another pitch out to Dinner, who gets a pretty good defense by UCL. He had tons of guys waiting for him out in the flats. Now, the amount of duo he used, I don't want to hear Pars ever criticize myself or Twist again for using the wide sets. Oh, hey, what's up, Martin? Monarch, hopefully you're back in time for interviews. Pars, Weasley takes the ball. And he's got Brenneman complete over the middle for a gain of 6. That will not stop the clock, so UNC either has to call timeout or hurry up. They look to be hurrying up, staying in the same formation. And they're taking forever to snap the ball. Weasley takes the snap, drops back, and he hits Fish Thompson again in the flats, and he gets out of bounds. Thompson already has 122 receiving yards on the night. He's also on track for probably a potential record-setting performance. I would say have a day, but he's already had a day. Weasley drops back. Looks like a screen. Oh, he barely got that off. Weasley got clobbered on that one. It's amazing to see him getting up. Seahawks come out in the gun. They have 4 receivers flexed. Weasley drops back. Quick release. Another completion to a single father, the tight end. He's going to get a first down for a gain of 13. And that's going to momentarily stop the clock so UNC can take their time. Clock rolling again. UNC has the ball at the 49-yard line. And it's going to be a handoff to Boyd Dinner, who gets stonewalled after a gain of 3. Wilmington's going to hurry up, and it looks like they're getting the call in. I'm not sure what that edge rusher's doing trying to cover a receiver, but it is what it is. Weasley gets the throw off to Fish Thompson again, who gets tackled short of the first down for a gain of 4. And we're going to see UNC take a timeout. They only have 1 remaining. Is that a 5-2? That's definitely a defensive formation for this, but they're going to come out in an unbalanced set. They have 3 receivers into the boundary. Weasley looks to be changing the play up a bit. He's going to drop back to pass, and he's got Lockwood. Oh, Lockwood, he could be gone. Touchdown, UNC-Wilmington. What a night so far for George Weasley. I don't think he has a single incompletion. What an offensive game plan by Coach Bardo. He has 1 incompletion. He's 17 for 18, 240 yards for 2 touchdowns on them. He has more touchdown passes than incompletions. This is incredible. Looks like Pars is going to go for 2 here. I would say I'm surprised, but I'm really not. And he's got a receiver completely wide open all the way at the top of the screen. He had multiple receivers wide open. It's going to be 21-7. Pars is doing his normal dance, but keep in mind, UCO has all 3 of their timeouts, and as we've seen, they've had no problems moving the ball. But the question is, can they get the field goal range that quick? We've seen anything happen, and we've seen some busted coverage in this game, but that's a lot of yards to get in not a lot of time. Bell's not going to help by bringing it out, and he gets popped around 22. Yeah, when you're returning a kickoff, you want to try to get yards to take away from what the offense wants. So most touchbacks start at the 25. You want to try to get at least a 30. Otherwise, it's going to be a wasted return. You want to minimize for the offense. That just wastes time. And there's going to be a pitch out to the right that gets blasted. I'm not sure what they're doing here. If I'm them, I'm going 5 wide and just bombing that thing. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Caleb must be heartbroken that PA versus in this playbook. Weasley drops back. He throws. Oh, almost picked off by number 54. I couldn't even see his name. I apologize for that. And Coach Martin says they're trying the NTSU special. Martin, we all know only you can pull that off, man. Coming out in 5 wide again. Weasley drops back. He's got plenty of time, though. And he's going to... That looked like a forward pass, but it's complete, and that's going to be out of... It's 4th and 1, so either chuck it up or... He took way too much time to get rid of that ball. And he might have been past the line of scrimmage, but... Hey, you know, he either got lucky or... Well, I'm not saying it's rigged or anything, but... And the returner just gets absolutely blasted. And if you are UNC-Wilmington going into the half up 21-7, you literally could not ask for a better first half. But UCL, can't doubt them. They're probably not going to go away without swinging. And they're moving the ball pretty well, so we'll see what adjustments they make for the second half. We should be going in for interviews soon. And that's going to be the first touchback of the night by Bell. And here we go over to UNC-Wilmington. Coach Pars going into the half up 21-7. You're looking absolutely unstoppable. Weasley has more touchdown passes than he does incompletions. Your run game is on fire. What is your game plan for the second half to really close it out? Because UCO was moving the ball pretty well. They got unlucky with that fumble there. But overall, it's been a pretty dominant game for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the game's not over, right? I'm over here doing silly dances, having a good time. I love playing these boys. It's the Weasley battle. Love the Weasley battle. And I don't expect it to end yet. I think they're going to come storming back here. I'm going to have my DC here in a minute. He's going to help out a lot. I think they're going to come storming back. I'm ready for them. I was not ready for the absolute commitment to rushing that they've had. Luckily, we're able to stop it where we can. The fumble's massive. And like you said, George is just playing great. Second week in a row for us that someone is trying to take away the run game. And as you see, he's just, I mean, Boy Dinner is just the best ever. Like, 9 rushes, 29 attempts, sure, but 9 broken tackles in 1/2. 9 broken tackles in 1/2. That is insanity. Most people don't have that in 3 games. So at the end of the day, and Fish having a day himself, 534 yards through the air so far in the season, and people think we don't pass the ball.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I don't know how they can't think you don't pass the ball. I mean, you have George Weasley back. Of course you're going to throw the ball.
Who gave me a Weasley?
But, hey, man, all right, we're going to head over to UCO. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you, sir.
You guys could not stop Pars at all. However, your offense looked pretty solid, minus that fumble, you guys haven't been stopped at all yourselves. What kind of adjustments are you guys going to make going forward to slow down this UNC-Wilmington offense?
I mean, we just got to contain the run. We just got to tackle. That was just the thing that, we felt like we were in okay position, and if the game would let me, I wish we could see how many broken tackles we had, because we had like 5 on one play. But it is what it is. We get the ball and we got to go score. That's pretty much all we're focused on right now.
Fair enough. Coach Wad, you guys typically come out of those two-back sets a lot and sling that sucker. Having a lot of success in the I form. What can we kind of expect from you going forward into the second half when you start that rally?
Probably just keep doing what we were doing till it doesn't work, kind of thing. I'm gonna try and make some calls, try and figure out what drugs he gave the running back, so we can give some to ours at half.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, maybe make some calls to the league office, look into suspensions. But yeah.
Fair enough. Hey, boys, good luck in the second half. Can't wait to see it.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
All right, everybody. The score does not indicate the type of game this really has been. I mean, overall, it's been a shootout. Neither team has really stopped each other. UCO really stopped themselves more than Wilmington really stopped them. UCO, very fortunate to be beginning the second half with the ball. I don't think they could really afford to give it back to UNC-Wilmington at all at the moment with the way their defense has been playing. But, I mean, you really can't be surprised. Caleb, he's been an Oklahoma fan for a long time. He's probably just, if you watch Lincoln Riley eventually, you have seasons like Lincoln Riley. And that's going to be another good run by McCoy, who shrugs another tackle for a gain of 12 out to the 37-yard line for a UCO first down. And the I-form has really been their friend tonight. They've been running the ball very, very well. They've been attacking the outside a lot, honestly. I don't think that's been stopped for them either. And even Weasley, when he fumbled, that was like a gain of like 12 or 13 before he got popped. And to everybody's surprise, UCO comes out in the I-form again. It's going to be that same pitch to Holt. That's a very good play by the safety coming down, because if he got around him and that block was held for like another nanosecond, Holt was probably going for another good game. He had a whole convoy out there. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for UCO, who still comes out in the I-form. I don't know if anyone expected this much I-form. They're going to run it again. Holt gets that outside. He makes one man miss. He can't make another miss as the rest of his friends in green come down for a gain of 1. And Brandon Holt, he started strong. He had a run of 41, then he followed that with 21. But since then, he's only gone for a combined 2 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long scenario. I'll bet you the UCO is going to the air. If they would run inside zone here, that would be wild. Weasley tries to make adjustments at the line, but it looks like the crowd's having a factor. McCoy doesn't look like he's near. Weasley drops back. He releases. He's going to throw deep, and that's going to be tipped. Great coverage by the Seahawks defense. And Rabbit comes in for the punt. It's going to be a decent punt. Probably going to be fielded at the 15. And Dean gets to makes two-man miss. He gets popped by number 37 at the 25-yard line. And let's see what kind of adjustments the UCO defense has made here. They haven't stopped UNC-Wilmington at all. Wilmington has yet to punt, and they've scored on all of their drives. As a coach, you cannot ask for anything more. They're going to come out under the gun. Weasley's under center. He takes the ball. It's going to be another play-action pass to Brenneman that gets immediately blown up. I think they're passing a lot more than everybody expected, but UCO is probably one of the few teams to fully sell out to stop the run for these guys so far. Which, I mean, who can blame them? Boyd Dinner's been putting up absolutely asinine stats this season. Weasley comes out in the gun. Takes the snap, and he gets sandwiched by the UCO defense. Probably the first thing to really go right for them. I mean, it's their 3rd sack, but it just doesn't feel like it. And this is going to be the worst situation Pars has been in all night. It is 3rd and 16 at the 21-yard line. He's going to come out in a spread 2x2 set. Looks to be making some adjustments at the line. Weasley takes the snap, drops back. He's got a lot of time back there. He's going to heave it. And, oh, that very dangerous throw. That was almost intercepted. That's the George Weasley we're used to seeing. If you were here, you were here. This is the first time UNC-Wilmington has punted all night. Like, let that sink in. It has, and it's taken by. Sorry, everybody kind of cut out there for a second. The wind is killer here. I swear, October's got to be one of the most bipolar months. Unless you want to bet UCO comes out in I form. They don't. All right, you know what? Hey, they're going to come out in 2x2. Looks like a screen. Weasley gets the ball to Fortnite Card, who breaks one tackle, but he can't miss the other two, and he loses two. Great pursuit by that Seahawks defense, which, despite how the game has gone and some of the other games has gone, they have mightily improved since week 1, where they got torched by Kentucky State through the air. Weasley's going to come out in the 2x2 set. Back to the bread and butter for Watt. He sends a man. It's going to be Blackman in motion. And it looks like the defense is in zone because nobody moved. You've got Davis bursts up the middle for a pretty good run. It's going to be a gain of around 7. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for UCO. Personally, I would not mind a run here if I'm them. I would kind of treat this like a second down, you know? I mean, you're down by 2 touchdowns. Might get to the point where you got to go for it because despite that drive, the UNC-Wilmington offense has been playing very well. On one hand, you don't want to give them the ball this close to the end zone, but on the other hand, you want to keep the ball as long as you possibly can. And that's exactly what they're going to do by Fortnite Card. Oh, he can't get to the edge. It's going to be a loss of 2 and a 4th and 8 for the Seahawks defense. Grabs on for another punt. It's going to be a long, deep one to the corner. He gets it to the 15. Dean's going to bring it out again. He gets it to the 30. Pretty good return. And let's see what the Seahawks offense has. They've been playing pretty well all night. They've been kind of doing everything they've wanted, but it's mainly been coming through the air instead of on the ground, which is what they're known for. It's going to be a pitch to Boyd Dinner, who gets the outside for a gain of about 10. They're going to spot him a bit short. I don't know about that play call, but it's going to bring up a 2nd and inches. They should have no problem getting this. They're probably just going to QB sneak it. I would be smart. He's going to come out and shotgun. This is definitely a play call. Usually looks to the sideline, getting the audible. Taking forever to get this ball off. You got to wonder if UNC-Wilmington is just trying to milk clock at this point. And Boyd Dinner spins free for a 1st down. Ball plays to mark him short on that. Might have been the one. Weasley comes out in the gun. Dinner in the backfield. Again, no real hurry from this UNC-Wilmington team to get the ball off. It's going to be a handoff to Boyd Dinner, who bursts into the secondary and gets stopped short for a gain of 9.5 or so. It's going to be another 2nd and inches. What a night this UNC-Wilmington offensive line has had. Seahawks come out in the trip set. They have a 3x2 over in the boundary. I wouldn't be shocked if they threw a screen here. They have the numbers for it. UCO showing heavy pressure, and they bring it, gets picked up well by the running back, and another completion, a single father out in the flats. And that's going to put Weasley at 250 on the night. He's 19 for 21, so he's playing out of his mind the past 2 weeks. Last week he was like 15 for 17, 16 for 18, something crazy like that for like 350. UNC-Wilmington's burned up a lot of clock, moving not a lot of yards. UCO showing press coverage. I wouldn't be shocked if UNC tried to take a shot here just to try to put it away. And it's going to be another handoff to Dinner, who gets to the outside, but he gets tackled for a gain of 2. And I would not be surprised if UNC just runs one last play here and takes to the fourth quarter. I mean, why not? You can't get too conservative, though, because UCO, their defense has played better so far in this third quarter, but they just can't seem to get off the field on second and third down. UNC-Wilmington again comes out in their empty bunch set. Weasley's all alone in the backfield. He brings a man in motion. It's another handoff right up the middle by Dinner, who gashes the defense for another first down. He's only got 60 yards on the night, but it feels more like 150. Just because every time he's touched the ball, it's going for like 6, 7, 8 yards a carry. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. UNC-Wilmington is up 21-7, and they are driving on UCO. You just got to wonder if no matter what they score here, it is going to be a 3-possession game. Will this be the dagger with the amount of clock UNC-Wilmington is burning up? Because outside of the first half, UCO has not shown an ability to move the football consistently. The Seahawks come out in the bunch set, and they just got it off, and Dinner goes up the gut for another gain of 4. It's going to set up a 2nd and 6. And if you're UCO, you have to buckle down here. If you force anything other than a field goal, you are probably in trouble, because at that point, most you're playing for is overtime. And it's probably going to be a cover 1 look. It's a fake sweep, and Dinner gets to the outside, and he makes a man miss, and he gets brought down after a gain of 2. Going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Seahawks. They line up with trips to the field. Weasley back in the gun. And the UCO has officially sought out for the run. They have a 7-man box, and it's going to be a screen pass out to Boyd Dinner, who gets the first down and gets tackled around the 3. Again, just UCO's inability to get off the field. They've had them to more than 1 third down. They haven't all been 3rd and short, and they just cannot get them off the field when it counts. Weasley comes out under center at the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. And UNC's taking a lot of time to get this ball off. And it's going to be a handoff to Dinner, who just runs through. That was 2. He wasn't even touched. You could have driven a Mack truck through that hole. UCO has been unable to get any real pressure on the UNC-Wilmington offensive line. They've had a few sacks, but other than that, they've been getting pushed off the line. They've been getting physically manhandled and bullied. And their linebackers have not been making the correct run fits. And the PAT is up and good for a 28-7 UNC-Wilmington lead. And Fortnite Card brings the ball out, and he gets popped around the 16. At this point, if you are UCO, you cannot afford to be coming out in the I form. You need to score fast, you need to score quick, and you need to score a lot. UCO, though, they have been looking very slow in the second half. They haven't been moving the ball as consistently as they were. Fred Weasley trying to get that snap off. He does. Gets the ball out to Blackman, who runs ahead for a gain of about 13. That's going to be a first down. Let's see what UCO can do. They're going to hurry up. Yeah, they have to. They have about 6 minutes left to score 3 touchdowns. Weasley gets the ball off. He's got time. He's got a man over the middle, and that's going to be Colson, who's brought down for a gain of 8. And this clock is still running. He did not get the first down. Weasley looks to the sideline, getting the play in. He's got a man up top. And he went with a run that got absolutely nothing. Between a cover 1 blitz and a run play, those are both very gutsy play calls by both teams. And UCO not showing too much urgency here to get the play off. It's going to be 3rd and 2 with about 5:20 left on the clock. Weasley drops back. Slant's covered, and the man gets open. That's going to be Carter, brought down for a first down at the 47. And UCO is still breathing. Weasley's making some changes at the line. Gets it off, and he's got Carter wide open out in the flats. That's going to be barely enough for a first down. It's 1st and 10 for UCO at the Seahawks 41. Weasley steps up. He has plenty of time. And that's another coverage sack. I mean, his line gave him absolutely forever, but he just kind of stood there. Let's see what UCO comes out in 2nd and long. They have about a quarter mile to go for the first down. And he's come out in wide stack. I know Pars loves this formation. Also, I better not hear any flack from other guys about running this. And that's going to be, wow, shocker. And Caleb flips off the camera after a completion of Bell down to the Seahawks 7-yard line. And they're going to go hurry up. I know Pars is loving this. This is one of his favorite formations. If you ever get a chance to play against him, run this. Weasley drops back. He hits the slant, touchdown UCO. That's going to bring it to a 2-score game. Let's see what they can do. They still have all 3 of their timeouts. And if they can get a stop and score again, this could get interesting. The PAT is up and good. That did not take long. And UCO is going for the onside. I don't know about this. It's pretty early. And it's recovered by the Seahawks. Who would have guessed? That's going to be Brenneman. Now, you got to think, if UNC scores here, then this game is over. And you can't exactly sell out for the run because they've been throwing perimeter screens out the you-know-what tonight, and they've had virtually no defensive answer for it. And it's going to be a handoff to Boyd Dinner, who gets to the outside and gets stopped for a gain of 4. You don't need to take timeouts yet. UNC-Wilmington comes out with a 2-back look. They got 2 receivers out in the boundary. UCO shifts their line. And Weasley looks to be making some changes. I would not be shocked if this is a pass play. And I'm wrong. It is a run play, but it gets blown up for a loss of 4. And it's 3rd and 10. Let's see if UCO can actually get off the field on this 3rd down. They've had Wilmington in positions to get off the field, but they just can't cash in. Every time they rip off a run or a pass like 10 or 12 yards. Weasley in the gun. He's got trips to his right. Looks to be making some adjustments to his receivers. Five, 4. He barely gets the snap off. He's got all the time in the world to throw. But, oh, he steps up. There's nobody. Oh, and he's short. UCO defense has held them to 4th down. Pars goes for it here. He's going for the field goal. And that is a victory for UCO, but it is still going to be a 3-score game. And if you're Pars, you probably just take this down to the 2-minute point. And he does. Now let's see if he still goes for the field goal or if he decides to go for it to make it really interesting. You got to give credit to the Wilmington defensive staff, though. They've looked much better in the second half, and it looks like UNC is going to go for it. UNC-Wilmington comes out in the empty set. Weasley's all alone in the backfield. There's nobody on that slot receiver. And Weasley has a man wide open in the middle of the field. That should do it. Now, that play call does not surprise me in the slightest. Other coaches would have ran 4 verts there. And UNC-Wilmington looks content to keep it rolling. They do not look like they're coming out to take a knee. So UCO does have all 3 of their timeouts. I don't know why they're not using them. Man coming in motion. It looks like it's going to be man or a match. It's going to be another handoff to Dinner, who gets another play that should have been a loss of about 5. Goes, I don't know what he's putting in the water, but that running back's an absolute monster. And UCO is going to use their first timeout, which they probably should have used about 30 seconds ago. Pars is up there laughing. He's having a great time. And he runs the trick play, which that was the first play to really go wrong for them. Who would have thought that the trick play was going to be the one that goes backwards? Classless, there should be absolutely sanctions for that. It's going to be a 3rd and 10 for UNC-Wilmington. I can't even lie. If they would throw a pick 6 here, I would laugh so hard. And they're just going to play safe, hand off to Boyd Dinner, who gets stopped short of the first down, and that should do it. UCO is going to use their last timeout. Looks like UNC-Wilmington is going to take the field goal, but they're right there going. I wouldn't be shocked if they faked it. Nope, it's an actual kick, and he kills it. That's going to be your ball game. That kick, UNC-Wilmington goes up 31-14 with about 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock. Bell's going to bring another return. I don't know why. And he gets blown up at the 18 again. Yeah, this guy's absolute trash. And if you're UCO, you just need to pray at this point. Wow, they're coming out in wide stack again. Yeah, I never want to hear certain individuals mention that formation. Weasley's going to fire over the middle to Gardner, who's all the way out to the UNC 45. I'm not sure where this was a little bit ago, but they're going to stay in this set. UNC-Wilmington backs off, which is smart. Weasley's got all the time in the world, and he's got an open man. Oh, and it's dropped. And that should probably sum up tonight. Weasley comes out in the 5-wide set, all alone in the backfield in the gun. Makes some changes out to the receivers out in the slot. Gonna take the snap, he drops back, and he just gets killed. Second sack of the night for the Seahawks defense. They're gonna hurry it up, but they're just delaying the inevitable at this point. Weasley again with all kinds of time. Looks and fires, and almost intercepted. And it's going to be 4th and a country mile for UCL. And they're probably just going to send one to the end zone and pray. Otherwise, this game is all but over. 30 seconds left. They have no timeouts. Weasley drops back. You got to give credit, though, to their offensive line and pass protection. They've been outstanding tonight. And that's going to be incomplete, and that will be our ball game. And UCO is actually going to take the kneel here and end the game. Well, it started out fun. And after one last kneel, that should be it. And that should do it. Let's head on over to Coach Parr's. Win. You guys, your defense really stepped up in the second half. Offense, you guys really controlled the clock. What was the real key to your victory tonight, and what do you guys plan on doing going forward?
It's funny because, we won this based off the pass and defense, and everyone knows that we can play defense. I mean, Coach Monarch's a top 2 defensive coordinator in any league, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, George got going. That's the biggest difference in this. I wanted to get George going. Everyone wants to take away our run. I'm proving that this week and last week that we can do both. And you're going to have to come out and play your absolute A game and take away either one or the other, because I'm going to kill you with the other.
Absolutely. And Coach Monarch, minus the drive when UCO used Parr's absolute favorite formation, you guys really had them stonewalled. What adjustments did you make at halftime to shut down this pretty potent UCO offense?
No, it's cutting it out for me.
Can you hear me now?
No, I can hear you. My bad. Yeah, I mean, we had a couple of situations, right, where UCO was successful. But I mean, when you think about our defense, it's something. This tonight was a perfect example of how we like to play on defense. We just dominated the line of scrimmage. We were in the backfield constantly. We wanted to be. Even when we brought 3 men, we were able to get pressure. And so that, to me, was a key to the game. And as far as being able to control the time of possession and the line of scrimmage on offense, I mean, we just have a complete formula right now that seems to be very successful in this league. We hope to do what we need to do to, ride it to the end.
Absolutely. Well, you guys definitely did that tonight. Most people thought this was going to be a pretty close game, but hey, you know what, boys? Good job tonight. Enjoy this win. We'll see you guys next week.
Appreciate 12 broken tackles, by the way. Jesus.
12. Holy fuck. Okay.
All you guys wanted, but there were some pluses, especially on offense, some individual efforts. What do you really take away from this game? Because defensively, you guys really had no answer for their offense.
Yeah, we stuck. That's about all we have to say on tonight.
Fair enough. Coach Wad, do you have anything?
No, we're terrible.
Hey, I feel y'all boys. At least y'all are 4-1 now.
Can
All right,
nobody
y'all.
count? FCS wins don't count. We're not poverty programs. 3-1.
Hey, you know what? Coach like Oklahoma, you think like Oklahoma. It's all good.
All right, see you, Leo.
Yeah. This week, we will see you guys for, I don't even know if we have any games tomorrow, but if we do, we'll see you tomorrow.